Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's my honor and pleasure to welcome each and every one of us to today's Zoom webinar. My name is Larry Akinremi once again, and this is going to be an awesome time together. For this webinar, we have a few ground rules, and I just want to let you have them. Of course, from the start of the webinar, you are going to be first muted, and of course, definitely you have to stay muted until the presentation is over. During the Q&A time, you'll be told how to unmute yourself, ask your question, it will be answered, and mute yourself back for others to have the same opportunity. Now, for the founders in the house, you know the rule, except if it has to be bent in any way. The Q&A time is strictly for the guests, please. We have quite a number of guests in the house. Please, let's give the Q&A time to the guests to ask their question during the Q&A time. And of course, during the Q&A time, please, you have to put on your video. That's very important so that you can see us and to see you. That being said, please, I would like to introduce to us the person that's going to give us this presentation today. He's somebody who has spent about 3 decades in the ICT industry, specifically the IT industry, traveling around every sector of this industry. He's an expert and is a consultant. He said he's retired, but definitely not tired. He's a family man, an investor, a businessman, and he knows how to locate opportunities. And that's why we have decided to give him this particular assignment to be the one that's carrying this banner. We call him a man on a mission. And you will hear his story as he starts the webinar to you. And with all that being said, it's my honor and pleasure to welcome to the floor Mr. Charles Oson. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Larry. We appreciate you. We cannot thank you enough for everything you do to our community and beyond. Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome. Welcome to all the founders. Welcome to the leaders, especially the Leadership Council members who are here with me today. Welcome particularly to our guests, because we always say that we love our founders, but we love our guests more. It's like having new members coming into the family. So great to have you here today. And I know you are here today to hear about a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity. And like Larry just said, I'm the one who has that daunting task to bring it to you. Hopefully I'll do my best, I know, and hopefully you can get the gist of it. So the way I do it is I normally just tell you my story, because Mark Twain once said, as long as you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. And I don't feel like remembering anything. So that's what I'm going to do. Right. So like he said, Larry said, I've been in the United States for quite a while, close to 36 years now. And during that time, I've worked like everybody else, sometimes 2 jobs, sometimes 2.5 jobs just to make ends meet. But 34 years ago, I ran into the works of Mr. Warren Buffett, who is simply one of the wealthiest people on earth. And Mr. Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. That statement has resonated with me throughout my life. And I was looking for ways to make money in my sleep. And I also ran into the works of Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, who said, Kiyosaki is independently wealthy as well, but he's the one who impressed upon me that, yes, even though we do have rich people in this world, we also have the wealthy. The wealthy are those who make money in their sleep. The rich make a lot of money, but they must trade in hours for dollars. They go to work, they get paid. They don't work, they don't get paid, right? So the wealthy, on the other hand, they make money in their sleep. So I got interested in that kind of way of making money. And I decided to retire from my corporate America job, which relatively was supposed to be a good job, but I had to retire. And I recall a colleague of mine asking me and saying, Charles, you must be very fortunate. You must have saved up a lot of money to be retiring this early. And I said to him, on the contrary, I have been working for so long, and for some reason, I can't seem to save up the kind of money that I would love to. So I have to do things differently. I remember Robert Einstein saying, you keep doing the same things over and over and expecting different results. That is his definition of insanity. So I thought to myself, I don't want to be insane. Let me do something different here. Got myself an office in Maryland in the United States. And just over 2 years ago, about 2 years and a month ago, a friend of mine, trusted friend of mine, walked into my office and said to me, Charles, I have this opportunity that I want to talk to you about. And this is the same opportunity I'm bringing to you today. And just so you know, prior to retiring, I had been studying rigorously the behavioral patterns of successful people. And one of them is this: you bring them an opportunity, they examine that opportunity inside out before making an informed decision. So I decided, I pretended to be one of them that day, right? So I told my friend, yes, I'm going to listen to you, of course, but I've got 3 small questions we need to settle before we can move forward. Very important. Question number 1. If I cannot recruit, if I cannot sell to even one person, am I going to be able to make money with this business that you're bringing to me today? And when I say money, I mean real money. Enough money to give me financial freedom. Of course, I had time freedom. Remember, I had retired. Now I'm looking for financial freedom so that I can have total freedom. So I asked him, if I cannot recruit even one person with this opportunity, am I going to be able to make that kind of money? Because I just don't know how to recruit. And he said to me, Charles, you won't make enough money to leave a legacy for your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, and beyond. That sounded like music to my ears. So I said, okay, let's go to question number 2. With this opportunity, will I have to come out of pocket every month to pay some bill? In the industry, they call it ownership. Will I have to pay a monthly ownership? Because usually when you get to do that, that's the first thing that goes out the window when you are having some hard times, right? So he said, no, Charles, when this company launches, you will have to come out of pocket once. So this company was still in pre-launch at the time. And I said, okay, that sounds great. Let's go to the 3rd and final question. It is the last, but certainly not the least. Okay, but before I tell you what that is, I'd just like to share with you how I came about that question. Prior to 2017, towards the end of 2016, I knew for a fact that I was going to stop working for corporate America. And I coined those 2 questions that I just mentioned to you guys, and they were working very well, at least for some time. I landed on some very good opportunities, very, very good investment type, different opportunities. I was making so much money, and I thought I had arrived. I thought this is the way life is supposed to be, but not for long. About 1.5 years later, maximum 2 years, each of these opportunities took a nosedive. Each of them, they went belly up. So I had to do another thing that successful people do so well. I had to fail forward. Failing forward simply means if you fall down once, you get up once. If you fall down 10 times, you get up 10 times. You dust yourself, you look at what went wrong, and then you move forward with experience so that you don't repeat the same mistakes. I had to do that. And upon examining all these companies that I was involved with, I realized one thing in common. None of them had a legitimate, viable product. Now, by legitimate, I mean legal. By viable, I mean necessary. I mean something that mankind, you and I need. I've seen people come to me and say, but Charles, I am selling lotion, I'm selling this, those are viable. Well, they're legitimate, but they're not viable. Okay, because if I don't buy lotion from this company, I'll buy from another company and I'll be just fine. When I say viable, I mean something that without, if you don't have, life is almost unbearable. I'll give you an example, like your phone. You don't have your phone today, life is difficult. No internet today, it's like you can't live. That's viability. And viability is sustainability. These companies, when they don't have viable products, they are simply not sustainable. I know a bunch of you here are from Nigeria, for example. You may have heard of a company called MMM. Came a few years ago. Some people made some money. Lots of people lost tons of money. You go back, you look at MMM, they do not have viable products. And there are many companies out there like that. They come up every day. I've been a victim of a few of those. But fortunately for me, I'm like Bill Clinton, our former United States president. He used to say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. right? I learned my lessons. That became my third question. I asked my friend that day, this company that you are bringing to me today, do they have a legitimate, viable product? He said to me, Charles, you have an IT background, an extensive IT background. You can understand these products better than me. And I said, sure. I went, took a look at these products, came back to him, and I said, my friend, should this company succeed in what they're trying to do, we are going to have a shakeup of the internet. We're going to have an internet quick, okay? But I also told him, we're going to have to wait a while, though. It's going to take time, 3 years, maybe 4 years, maybe more. He didn't like that. He said, Charles, why would you say that? And I said to him, you told me to go take a look at the products. I did. And I understand what they're doing. They're using artificial intelligence, AI for short, in every step of the development process. Now, AI, my friends, is a disruptive technology. And what is a disruptive technology? One that comes every once in a while. It will disrupt the way we do things. It will change the way, it will change our lives. We have no choice, like the internet. AI is yet the most disruptive technology mankind has ever known. But AI is very involved. It involves machine learning. It involves empirical data. It involves millions upon millions of lines of coding. So for those of you who are familiar with software development, it is time consuming. So I told him, it's going to take some time. We're going to have to buckle up, fasten our seatbelts, and enjoy the roller coaster. But I also told him, I don't care how long it takes. I want to be part of this company today. I had some and at no cost. So I also asked him, how much is it going to cost me to be part of this company now? And I was expecting some large amount of money, like 10K, 15K, 20K. I didn't care. I had my credit card with me. In the United States, you don't need cash. All you need is a credit card, a few of them, and I had a few of those. But my friend looked up at me and said, Charles, all we need is $97. I was simply flabbergasted. I said, there's no way I'm going to pay $97 for something this big. And he told me, yes, wait, 97 bucks. And I said, okay, well, here's my card, put it on there. When we were done, it costed me $102. So yes, there is a $5 fee when you use credit debit card for the bank fee, no problem, big deal. I told him, consider that dinner for two. But I also told him, I do not have 3 years or 4 years or 5 years to be monitoring this company. So you call me, text me, email me, do whatever it takes to get me informed so I can be more involved when they are closer to launch. He said, deal. 8 months later, he gave me a call. Charles, the CEO of this company wants to talk to all of us. Can you make yourself available? And I said, sure. So 1 week later, I hop on the call, and there was Mr. Ash Mofara. Mr. Ash Mofara, for those of us who have been founding members for some time, we have come to know and love him dearly. Not only because he's going to help us make money, and I can assure you he'll help us make lots of money, but also, and more importantly, because of his heart for humanity. My friends, there are quite a few geniuses out there. There's Bill Gates, there's Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, just to name a few. These guys all have the brains, but do they have the heart? As you come to join ONPASSIVE, you will find out that not only does our CEO have the brains, but he also has a heart. And so we call it AI with heart. And a lot of leaders like myself will resonate with him. But mind you, I was listening to him for the very first time. And Mr. Mofara came on and he said, folks, excuse me, we have been making a lot of progress. We are actually closer to launch. That statement threw me off because 8 months earlier, I had told my friend, we're going to wait for a long haul. Now, all of a sudden, this dude is telling us we are closer to launch. So I'm saying to myself, whom is he kidding? I know exactly what they're trying to do. It's not an easy task. But he went on. He got my attention, though. He went on and he said, we have leased a building in Bangalore in India. For those of you who are familiar with that part of the world, Bangalore is like the Silicon Valley of India. But if you look behind me, you'll see a building. It says ONPASSIVE on it. This is a fairly new building that we've acquired December 2020. We've leased this building for a very, very long period of time. It's all ONPASSIVE, 100% ONPASSIVE. At that time, this building was non-existent. They had gone to Bangalore, and Mr. Mofara continued, and he said, we've hired 200 engineers, top of the line. And these guys are working day and night to make sure our dream is realized. So now in my head, I'm beginning to think, okay, most startup companies are going to have 20 to 25 engineers. Most startup companies are going to have these engineers work 8, maybe 9, maybe 10 hours a day. I know, because I've been part of a few of those. Mr. Mofara goes to the source, and when I say source, for those of you who are familiar with IT, you agree with me that Indians are just the best in the game. No questions asked. He goes to the source. He did not get 20 or 25 engineers. No, he got 200 of them. And these guys are not working 8 or 9 or 10 hours a day. These guys are working around the clock. These guys are working 24/7, taking turns to make sure the dream is realized. So now in my head, I'm beginning to think, okay, with this kind of a resource, yes, you're able to cut time frames. With this kind of a resource, yes, you're able to do in 2 years what is supposed to take 5 years. So my belief factor goes up. And then, he continued. He said, we do have some problems, though. Some individuals, founding members like you and I, have been unethical. They've been doing some things that we don't want. So we're going to come up with a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA for short. When you see those NDAs, sign them up. It's the only way you can benefit from this great company. Okay? So 2 months later, he called up another meeting. Folks, NDAs are out. I went back, took a look, long document, very long. And I'm not an attorney by any stretch of the imagination. But by the time I was done reading that document, it occurred to me that this is that time that I told my friend, call me, text me, email me so I can get involved. It occurred to me that this is the time for me to get serious and start spreading the word. I went, I looked up, they had just over 40,000 founding members. Okay, I did not see a lot of Africans in there because I'm from Africa, and I said to myself, Africans are going to miss this opportunity once again. And I said, I'm going to be a man on a mission. And if you're here, trust me, you're not from Africa, we love you, I'll work with you. In fact, I now part of the leadership council, which means I have to work with everybody globally. So I'm a man on a mission globally. I need to make sure everybody gets this word. I called up a few leaders in my office. I said, hey, we need to spread the word. How do we do this? We agreed on Zoom. Thanks to technology, all you need is a smart device. It can be an iPhone, a laptop, iPad, doesn't matter. You need internet access, data, as you guys call it back in Africa, and you are on. So what is this company I am talking to you about? Again, the name is ONPASSIVE. You can see it behind me. ONPASSIVE as in Victor, E as in Edward. And that name was not given by chance. This is a passive opportunity. What does that mean? That means you come in when this company launches, you pay a little subscription fee, you can go on vacation, money in your bank account, day in, day out. Our CEO and founder, Mr. Ash Mofara, that I mentioned to you a few moments ago, graduated with a master's in internet marketing and information technology. He went back to Harvard, did more studies on online businesses. This guy has a knack for artificial intelligence, AI, that disruptive technology that I just mentioned to you guys. This guy is a guru when it comes to traffic generation. Traffic is the reason I can dream today, my friends. Traffic is the reason I can invite you all to dream with me today. So what is traffic? It is that important. Let's spend a couple minutes talking about traffic. So let's say you have a business. Traffic is the single most fundamental element in any business. Doesn't matter whether this business is offline or online, right? Let's start with offline, because most of us have an age. We are more used to offline businesses. So let's say you have a business offline, and this business can be any business. It can be a car dealership, it can be a hair salon, a barber shop, a tire store, doesn't matter. But let's just say it's a restaurant. And I use restaurant because I love food and I know everybody eats. So you have a restaurant and I have a restaurant. But your restaurant is located in a busy area, in a shopping mall. People come in and out all the time. My restaurant is hidden, it's in the back alley. Everything else is equal. The food, the chef, everything is identical except location. Well, your restaurant is gonna fare better than mine, and here's why. People are gonna come to that shopping mall minding their own business, to do their hair, do their nail, window shopping, buy some clothes, whatever it is that brings them to that shopping mall. They are gonna get hungry eventually. You're gonna look up, wander into a restaurant, and the end result of that is what? Sales. My restaurant, on the other hand, is gonna suffer because people need to know that it is there. They're gonna leave their homes deliberately to go there. So because of that, it is suffering, it suffers. It suffers from what? Traffic. So what is traffic then? People, customers coming in and out of your business. That's it. Now, what about online traffic? Before I go there though, I want to say this. In this digital day and age, if you have that offline business like the restaurant, you better get yourself an online presence. Else, you will be smoked by your competition. The reverse is not true. You can have a very successful business online without offline presence. Typical example, Amazon. So what am I saying in essence? Yes, we have millions upon millions of businesses offline. But as many of those businesses that we have offline, we have more online, billions of businesses online. And all of these businesses thrive on traffic too. They need traffic to survive. So what is online traffic? Simple, clicks, that's what it is. You have a business online, people need to click first of all before you can make any sale. No clicks, no sales. The more they clicks, the more the sales. So we have individuals online, businesses online. How do they make money? Simply by driving traffic to all those billions of businesses online. That's it. Typical example, Google. Now, there's something else called targeted traffic, bigger. What is targeted traffic? Say you go online shopping for a TV, and somebody comes to you and say, why don't you go to charlesoson.com? And you go there, and all you see is TVs, all sizes, all colors, all shapes, all prices. Your chances of buying very, very high. Guess what? CharlesOson.com just got himself a targeted traffic. So our CEO and founder, Mr. Mo Farah, that I just mentioned to you guys, is the best in the game of driving targeted traffic. Nobody even comes close online. He proved himself. When he graduated, he joined a few companies, send them targeted traffic, send them customers, send them affiliates. He made some millions doing that, yes. And these companies also made lots of money. Unfortunately, most of them didn't last that long. Why? Remember I told you guys, legitimate, viable product, you don't have it, it's a time bomb. So Mr. Mo Farah and his family, notably his wife, who was also in IT, are gonna sit down and say, you know what? We don't need to keep doing this. We gotta stop. We can't keep sending people, customers, to businesses that are gonna go out eventually. Let's start our own. Let's get some legitimate, viable digital services, get founding members, you and I, since we're the best in traffic, drive traffic to them. They make money, we make money, everybody's happy. My friends, that is the birth of ONPASSIVE. And that is why I said earlier, because of traffic, I can dream. Because of traffic, you can dream along with me. Now, just over 3 years ago, and I said 3 years ago, with the reason there was no pandemic, there was no coronavirus. Mr. Mofara and his friends are going to sit together and they say, hey, we are starting our own. We need legitimate, viable services. There are 7.7 billion people or thereabout in the world. And at any point in time, statistics show that 7 million of them are online. What kind of services are they looking for? And now, when I say 7 million 3 years ago, you can imagine what it is today after the pandemic. Maybe you can multiply that number by 10 or more. But 7 million is still a lot. So they're going to say, you know what? If we can get these people, we are good. What kind of services do they need? Well, some of them are doing what? Online banking. I know that. I do that sometimes twice a day. And some of you do that as well. And when we do these things, there are people online, businesses online that monetize on our services. So these guys are going to say, you know what? We can do that too. With AI, every step of the way, we can do that even better. Some people online are doing e-commerce, drop shipping, email marketing, bulk emailing. There are people online making 6- and 7-figure income just doing email marketing. I know that. I thought about that once upon a time. And these guys are going to say, email marketing, bulk emailing with AI, we can do that even better. Some people online are on their favorite social media, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. Oh, I love Facebook. When we are on Facebook, what are we doing? We're sending texts, photos to our friends, colleagues, classmates. Guess what it's called? It's called community. And these guys are going to say, we have AI. We can have our own community, even better. If you come and join us, when you join us, you will find out. Our community is about 600,000 strong already and growing by the second. Some people online are doing what we call video conferencing, like you and I. If you can hear me, you can see me, or both. It means you went to Zoom and you put in some ID and there you are. Well, guess what? The founders of Zoom, as you and I speak, are monetizing on our services. And Zoom is not the only one. We have Skype, we have AnyMeeting, Cisco WebEx, Google Hangouts, Microsoft Teams. We have a plethora of them, all of them making serious money, especially after the pandemic, since the pandemic, I want to say. My friends, today, Zoom is the most popular because it is the most user-friendly. So we're going to focus on Zoom for a minute. Prior to COVID-19, Zoom was averaging 10 million participants every day. April 1st, 2020, same company took a statistic. That number had risen to well beyond 300 million participants a day. Now you can imagine what it is today. Everybody using Zoom. November 30th, 2020, Forbes magazine took a statistic and found, not statistic, they took a report and found out that the company Zoom had made more profits than the decades-old ExxonMobil, American oil company. Why do you guys think this is happening? Ever since the pandemic, every university, high school, middle school, elementary school, asking students to take classes from home. So those of us parents who are digital immigrants, who have kids don't know how to use the Zoom, well, we're going to find out how to use it so they can go to school. I have seen pastors, women of God, men of God, having Bible services virtually. I've seen virtual weddings, virtual graduations, the world is going virtual, my friends, and ONPASSIVE is going to help us monetize. So these guys are going to say, we have AI at the back of our hands. We can have our own video conferencing platform, AI driven from start to finish. The images are clearer, more secure, end-to-end encrypted, more scalable, and above all, guess what? Cheaper. Yes. When ONPASSIVE launches, the big players in this space, like Zoom, they will know there's a new kid on the block, I can assure you. Now let's talk about another service, virtual service. VPN, virtual private network. What is that? A fancy name for a tunnel. It's a tunnel that cuts across a major network such as the internet, provides privacy. Employers use it so that their employees can access corporate data without fear of hackers, without fear of bad guys. Ever since the advent of COVID-19, more and more companies asking employees to work from home. Facebook, Microsoft, all of them. Twitter, as a matter of fact, came out a few months ago and said, even after COVID-19, all our employees are gonna have to work from home permanently, yes. And ONPASSIVE, these guys at ONPASSIVE are gonna say, well, you know what, with AI, we can have our own VPN, super smart, more scalable, more secure, and above all, cheaper. When ONPASSIVE launches, the big players in this space like Cisco Networks, they are going to know there is a new sheriff in town. I can assure you that. Now let's talk about one more service before we move on. Search engine optimization, SEO. What is that? We know of search engines. We know of Yahoo. We know of Bing. We know of, for those of us Apple enthusiasts, we use Safari. We know of Safari. But almost everybody uses Google. We all know of Google. It's so popular, it's like a household name these days. But you can go to Google as many times as you want a day to search for something. It is free. You can go to Google to get a Gmail account, 10 accounts, 100 Gmail accounts. It is free. In fact, you can even get a Google Voice account, voice over IP phone number, free of charge. Sounds like everything is free in Google. Sounds like everything is free in Facebook, all these companies. Yet, Google, Facebook, they're all multi-billion-dollar companies. Here's a multi-billion-dollar question that I've got for you guys. How does Google make money? It is true that they have different ways to make money, but their main way of making money is SEO. And I'm going to explain to you how it works. Because ONPASSIVE is going to help us make money the same way. You go to Google today to search for something, and it can be anything. It can be a phone, a watch, it doesn't matter. But let's say you're searching for a camera, and I just use that because I have an online store and I market my camera through Google, so I know. You go to Google to search for camera, bunch of them are going to pop up. One of them from my store. Well, if you click on that camera from my store, you just costed me money. Yes, at the end of the month, Google is going to tally up all the clicks that went to my store, and they just bill my credit card that they have on file. And they call it pay per click. You don't have to buy it. It's none of their business whether you buy it or not. Their business is to make sure you got eyeballs. As long as you see it, that's it. And how do they prove that? Clicks. I'm a small business guy, very, very small online, almost insignificant. But I'm paying Google about $400 every month. I'm also paying Microsoft about $600 every month. Why am I paying them? Bill Gates is smart. He knew about search engine optimization. He knew it's going to be big. Didn't have time to start a brand new company, bought an existing company called Bing, revamped it, and people like us have to pay him month in, month out. I'm also paying Zoom for the service that we're on. I pay Zoom every month, $200. I pay a company called GoDaddy for domain name service, DNS. Every business online has to have a domain name, right? So there's a company or more than one company that hosts domain names, and we pay them. That's one of the other services you're going to find out. These guys at ONPASSIVE, they're going to use AI and provide us with that service as well. Search engine optimization, they're going to say, you know what, with AI, every step of the way, we can have our own super smart. By the time you type the first character, it already knows where you are headed. My friends, I can assure you, when ONPASSIVE launches, the big players in this space like Google, Microsoft, they will know there is a new kid on the block. So what am I doing? I'm giving you the services that ONPASSIVE is putting together, digital, the ones that we can relate to. And what is ONPASSIVE doing? ONPASSIVE says, If you're a business person, if you're an individual, business, big, small, large, doesn't matter. If you think about it online, digitally, we've got it for you in one place, under one umbrella, right? In IT, we'll call it single sign-on. And here's a big word for you today. Integrated. No company on earth has ever succeeded in integrating these services. ONPASSIVE is 99% there. And I know a bunch of you are founders already. Some of you, those who are guests, you're soon to be founders, I hope. Maybe today, maybe next day, maybe next week. And when you become a founder, you will get excited. I can assure you, you will get excited. And when you get excited, what happens? You go telling your friends, family members, wow, what a great opportunity, what a great company this ONPASSIVE is. And a bunch of them will look at you, some of them will laugh at you, and some of them may even ask you, by the way, do they even have a product? So remember, our products are intangible, so they may not understand. Here is what you tell them. We have a total internet solution, or you can say total IT solution, or you can say total digital solution. Same thing, whichever one you're comfortable with. Total internet solution, total IT solution, total digital solution. Well, we at ONPASSIVE, we have our own three-word phrase for it: smart business solution, because it makes businesses smarter. How ingenious. At the end of this presentation, I'm going to take you to onpassive.com and I'm going to show you a few, maybe 10, 15 seconds, a few of those proprietary products that we are putting together. So I told you guys before we started, with ONPASSIVE, you don't have to recruit to make money. Why? Because we have traffic. No other company has that. You don't have to come out of pocket every month to pay some bill. And above all, we have the most legitimate, viable digital products in this day and age. No company even comes close. My friends, you're going to be hard pressed to find a company that has all three of those. And if you do, you contact me, I will be your first customer. Now, you have all these three things in one place. What is it going to cost you to get involved? What is it going to cost you to become a founding member? I told you guys, when my friend came to me more than 2 years ago, it costed me $97. Well, fortunately for you, today, it is still $97. How much longer is it going to be $97? Not too long. We are soon hitting what we call soft launch. What does soft launch mean? It means we, the founders, we are going to be testing the products that are ready. Most of the products are ready. We are going to test it. It's called user acceptance testing. We are going to test them. Once they are ready, we are satisfied, we are transitioning into public launch. But before we start that testing, which can be days, okay, the price of $97 is going to change. That price is going to go up. How much is it going to go up to? We don't know, but it will go up. So save yourself some money. If you are here and you are still a guest, get back to whoever invited you so you can become a founder ASAP. If you're familiar with Richard Branson, CEO of Virgin Atlantic Airline, he said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you don't understand it, jump on it. Then learn about it later. This is an amazing opportunity that a friend, a family member has brought you to. Jump on it. And it gets better with us. Why? Because your $97 is refundable. Yes, our CEO has said, if you come in at any point in time, 1 week later, 2 weeks later, 2 months later, you don't like what you see, just say, I want my money back. No questions asked. So it's even better than what Richard Branson was saying. Now you pay your $97, what happens next? Nothing. Financially, nothing. You wait until we have tested the products, we're going to public launch. Once we get into public launch, we are going to come out of pocket again, one more time. One more time, one last time. And if you're new here, this is your first time, please sit up, take a sip of water and listen. This is the meat of this presentation. When ONPASSIVE launches, there will be no more founding positions. You cannot become a founder anymore. It is late. no matter how much money you have. What's going to happen, that AI traffic that I just mentioned to you guys is going to go around bringing in customers and or resellers. You can become a customer, you can become a reseller, you cannot become a founder anymore. Done, closed. And when these customers come in, what are they going to be looking for? Subscription-based package. I just told you guys I pay for Zoom, I pay for Google subscription. ONPASSIVE has put all those products that I mentioned to you and more. I mentioned a few of them to you: VPN, online banking, email marketing, but there's more. IP tracking, DNS, domain name service, autoresponder, a bunch of them. ONPASSIVE has put it into one bundle. And how much is that going to cost? Small amount of money, somewhere around $250. For strategic reasons, we're not going to tell you exactly how much, but we know it's going to be around $250. The customers are going to be paying that, and they have access to everything. Think about that. Think about the value. We, the founders, we are going to be a product of the products. We, the founders, we're going to be the company's first customers. So upon launch, we are going to come in, select that bundle, and make a one-time payment. Now, because we are founders, we make that payment, AI goes to work, bringing in customers and or resellers, positioning them beneath us, the founders, and giving us commission. So from our commission, from our profits, the company starts paying our monthly subscription. It is a monthly subscription. We cannot have monthly residual income, the reason we're here, without monthly subscription. So it is a monthly subscription. However, we are only going to pay once out of pocket. Subsequently, the company is going to pay from our profits, and the balance we can take home. Now, I told you guys, with ONPASSIVE, you don't have to recruit to make money. So in ONPASSIVE, you can be passive or you can be active. It's up to you. Everybody wins because of AI traffic. Those who decide to be active can win a bit sooner, can win much faster, because ONPASSIVE is simply going to build on top of what they already started. Simple as that. That one-time subscription that I just mentioned to you, around $250, ONPASSIVE has also guaranteed that money lifetime. What does that mean? Upon launch, you're going to come out and pay one-time subscription, and ONPASSIVE says, give us 3 months, give us 90 days. If you don't like what you see, just say, I want my money back. Anytime after 90 days upwards, so that money is guaranteed lifetime. Your subscription fee to become a founder, $97, refundable. The subscription fee to become a customer one time, guess what? Guaranteed lifetime, refundable. So technically, everything in ONPASSIVE is refundable. No company does that unless they know, they are sure of what they have, the value that they have. My friends, I told you, I promised to take you to the back office, not back office, but ONPASSIVE.com website, so I can show you our proprietary product, that smart business solution I told you guys about. SBS, right? So if you go to ONPASSIVE.com, this is public, my friends. You're gonna see all these different products. You see a rotator at the left-hand side here, gives all the different products. And once these products come up, you can click on them. Matter of fact, Academy is one of our first products ready. You can go look at it. If you're a guest, you can look at it. However, if you want to test it out, you need to become a founder. You can read through it and see what it can do for you. If you're interested, guess what? At this point in time, because we are not yet open to the public, you're going to have to become a founder, okay? You just go to ONPASSIVE.com. We have a bunch of these products out there. Everything in front of it says O, right? All our products have an O in front of it. O just simply means over delivery, because that's who we are. At ONPASSIVE, we over deliver. I am going to say one more thing, and then we're going to go to Q&A, questions and answers. There is risk in every business. That includes ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE is not exempted from risk. What is our risk? $97. Okay? So our CEO has even made it less of a risk. However, You can decide not to become part of this company. You can decide not to take a $97 risk, and you can still benefit from ONPASSIVE. And let me tell you how. You wait. Don't become a founder. Hold on to your $97. You wait until we launch. You can even wait 6 months after launch. You wait 2 years after launch until it becomes a household name. And then you get in as a customer or as a reseller. You will still make some money. Yes, you will. But are you going to make the kind of money that founders make? That's the big question. All these companies that you see out there, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, all of them, you can still make money today. All you have to do, go out there, buy some shares. Wait a few years, sell those shares. You might be lucky enough to double your money, maybe triple your money, and why not quadruple your money? But are you going to make the kind of money that those founders, the people at the beginning, make? Heck no. The people that make the money are those that come in the embryonic stage. The people that make the money are those that come in the beginning. It is still an ideology. It sounds good. They take leap of faith. By the time it becomes public knowledge, by the time it becomes household name, they're in money. You wait until everybody knows about it, too little, too late. Now, I believe I've given you enough information to make an informed decision. And if you think you like what you've just heard, go back to whoever invited you, become a founder as soon as possible. However, if you have questions, any doubts in your mind, okay, no problem. I have quite a few Leadership Council members with me here today who are going to help me take your questions and clear your mind and make you see how big this is. I have my Queen of Africa, Marina Favit, who is always here with me, unless something really, really serious is happening, but she's always here. So she's here today. She's going to say a word or two. I know Red Reference is here. Is there anybody else here, Marina, today? I know Maddie Dugamo said he was going to be here.
Cindy Hopkins is with us, and Mike Ellis has joined. Marty's with us. Red's with us. So it's fantastic. Full house. Really packed.
Great. So I'm gonna make all of them co-hosts so we can begin to take your questions. But in the meantime, Marina, you want to say a word or two? Go ahead, be my guest.
Great. Thank you very much. I believe that you can hear me and you can see me. So we're on Zoom. Hello, Africa. This is fantastic. I was going to say, hello, Africa. Tell me how you're doing. I love that song. But yeah, this is definitely a fantastic opportunity to get into. Charles's song has done a great job explaining the business. If there's anything you're uncertain about, we have tried to answer a few questions in the chat. But if you're still not sure, there's an icon at the bottom of your screen. Please, it says raise hand. So if you push it, it will look like this. I'm just going to show you. So it shows your hands raised. If you cannot find that icon for whatever reason, turn your video on and physically wave to us, and we will pick you up. One of the admin will find you, or host, sorry, will find you and ask you to unmute yourself. But yes, ONPASSIVE, literally, there's nothing like it. Everything ONPASSIVE is done, has never been seen before, never done before, right up to the proprietary, unique, robust pay plan, where we will be creating wealth and for generations to come. This is transferable, it's willable, you can put it in your will and transfer it. So the good word says as well that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. And this is what you can do with ONPASSIVE. Leave an inheritance to your children's children. Ash Mafara doesn't want to see anyone struggling, and us as founders that have the same heart as him. Once we filled our tank, once we bought our house and our car and gone on the dream holiday and everything, that money is just going to keep coming in month after month, and we can go into our communities and to help turn poverty into prosperity, one step at a time, one person at a time, and one project at a time. So thank you very much, Charles.
Yes, thank you, Marina, for that.
For questions.
Yes, thank you. Actually, before we go to Q&A, I just want to say this. Please, if you're a founder, let our guests ask their questions first, because we need to make sure they are clear and they're ready to roll. And then if you're a founder, as long as it is not a proprietary type question, it is not a support type question, since we have many Leadership Council members here, it will be a good time. You can ask your questions, but we're not going to take proprietary questions. We're not going to take questions that require proprietary info, period. And I also like to have those that are visiting us for the first time, those leadership council members, maybe say a word or two before we take Q&A. I have Mike Ellis is here for the first time. I have Cindy has been here, but I think she hasn't been in our guest webinars. So let's start with Mike Ellis, and then we'll go to Cindy for a minute or two, and then we can take Q&A, please. Mike, can you say a word, please?
Yeah, no, I can, Charles. That was a great presentation, by the way. Absolutely loved it. And for me, it's a joy to come on and visit our brothers and sisters around the world. And what Marty and I have found over the last couple of years is we're just not that different. We all have the same dreams, the same aspirations. We want to be able to take care of ourselves, our family, our community. And something rare has happened, and that is ONPASSIVE, as Charles explained to you. ONPASSIVE gives you the ability to find a way forward to take care of those financial needs, and in a very, very short period of time, not have to worry about finances. And when that happens, you have true liberty and freedom, because from there, you can pretty much call the shots. You get to do what you want to do when you want to do it. You have mobility, you have time freedom. And finances, yes, you can have different types of freedom, but to have total, complete freedom, you have to take care of that financial bottom line. And what Charles has shared with you today, it is awesome. And everything he said is true, but it's better than that. And as you come in and explore ONPASSIVE, and Charles will tell you this, it will get better and better and better. This is the nature of Ash Mufareh, the CEO of ONPASSIVE. And he's always surprising me. He surprised me last week with Bless and some of the things that were in there. Truly amazing things. And it just keeps going and going. That's Ash Mufareh. It's the heart of ONPASSIVE. You're in the right place at the right time to start taking care of those financial needs and find the liberty and freedom that we're all looking for. Charles, I'll hand it back to you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mike. Now, Cindy, want to say a word? Cindy, it's been a while. Can Cindy hear us? I don't think so. I know she's on phone though. Okay, whenever she is, Cindy, you can just pop in at any time. We're gonna go ahead and, I know Maddie is here. Of course, Maddie's been here quite a few times. So we're just gonna go ahead and take the questions, and I see some hands are raised. Larry, do you want to moderate the Q&A, please?
All right, sir. Thank you very much. And I say thank you to all our leadership council members in the house. We appreciate your presence. Please, before I go to the hands raised electronically, please, I would like to ask Christine Green. Christine Green, go ahead and meet yourself. I'm giving you the go ahead.
When you said $250 after it launches, I wasn't clear. Was that a one-off $250 or a once a month $250?
Okay, maybe I'll let someone else do this. Mike, you want to do the honors?
Yeah, I can answer that very, very quickly. As we launch to the world, we will all come in as customers and have to pay a membership fee. That membership fee is going to be between $100 and $150 and $300. We don't know what it's going to be, probably right around $250. That is a monthly fee that we will all have to pay. But here's the caveat. As we come into ONPASSIVE, it is structured in a way that you will only have to pay that fee once, and the preceding months after that will be paid from the profits of ONPASSIVE. Okay. So although it is a monthly fee, because of the way ONPASSIVE is structured, you will only have to pay that fee once, and the preceding months will be paid from the profits of ONPASSIVE. The next question you're going to have, are the profits going to be there? Short answer, yeah, they're going to be there. Don't worry about it. And if let's say the second month there isn't enough money in your account to pay that $250, the only thing that happens is your account pauses, the money keeps coming in, and when there's enough money in there to pay the $250, you pay the $250 and you're active again. But I don't think that's going to happen to too many people because of the way Ash has structured this, because of the volume of traffic coming in, because of the sales. So hopefully that answered your question, probably more than what you wanted to hear.
Can I also ask, what do we actually have to do apart from the $250?
You don't have to do anything because ONPASSIVE is 100% automated. You have to understand when we come in and pay the membership fee, we're putting ONPASSIVE to work for us. In other words, they're going to come in, build a marketing platform for us, hook it to AI. It's going to be 100% automated, and then they're going to start driving traffic. And as they start driving traffic, those customers are going to land underneath you, some of them, and you get paid off of that volume. And think about the amount of volume ONPASSIVE is going to be doing the first year. We believe that 100 million customers will come into ONPASSIVE the first year. A lot of those are going to land under you. That's why the structure of ONPASSIVE says you will come in, pay that fee once, and you'll never have to pay it again.
Wow.
Yeah, did I go too fast?
No, just wow.
Yeah, you're right. It is wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
I just wanted
Really
to
appreciate
add
your
to
presence.
that, Laurie. Sorry about that. I see Fede was saying in the chat, I thought we had to pay once, now it's a monthly subscription. A bit of confusion there. It is a subscription-based business. That is how ONPASSIVE is going to be generating their income. But as founders, we only pay one time. And the commission, the subscriptions going forward every month after we've all paid that one-time fee. So you pay twice with ONPASSIVE, like Charles said, once now to secure your founding member position of $97 and once around about $250 in a few months' time when we launch. Before we launch, we're going into soft launch. So you've got a few months to save up that round about $250. And that's it. Whatever else ONPASSIVE offers, you never, ever have to go into your pocket again. It comes out of profits from our commissions earned. Them using the artificial intelligence marketing campaigns to generate customers and place them under us. And, you know, that's going out to the world. Right now, we're on 600,000 founding members. And this is just word of mouth. We have not done any marketing. ONPASSIVE as a company has not done any marketing. So it's really, I mean, you can see we are just going to, there's millions of people on the internet, and everyone using the internet will eventually be using a tool that ONPASSIVE has to offer. So the customers will come in. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Marina. Please, if you have any question, raise your hand electronically and you'll be called. Akem Otene. Otene, unmute yourself and share your video, please. Otene. Otene, I've given you the approval to unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, my question is that how many times can we register as a member, or we just register as a member and just continue? That's just the question, please.
Okay,
Did you hear me?
Yes, we did. We did loud and clear. Any leader want to take that?
You have me.
We heard you, so relax. We're gonna take one
Okay.
of the leaders will take your question. Maddie,
Let Marty take that one, or Red.
Red, yes, Red. I think Red will do a good job on that. Red, you want to take this one?
I didn't really understand the question, guys.
Okay, let me take it then. He says, how many times can you register as a member? You can have as many accounts as you want, my friend. So basically, a lot of us, some of us have multiple accounts, right? And as many as you can afford. The only thing is, you're gonna need a new email, a different email address per account, because the email address is our unique identifier. For those of you who do databases, it's what we call the primary key. So it has to be different for each account. But remember, you can get as many email addresses with Gmail, with Yahoo, with Hotmail, all of them. So whatever pleases you as much. Some of us have big family members. I have many family members in the United States, outside of the United States. And I try to get an account for each of them, see? So it just depends on your goals. You can have as many as you want.
Otene, I hope you're okay. Go ahead, Marina.
Sorry,
Go ahead,
Charles,
Marina.
can you please make Red co-host? He cannot unmute himself. That's why he couldn't answer.
I thought I did. Let me do that again. Okay.
I also thought you did. Thanks.
Yeah.
Otene, I'm asking you to unmute again. Please,
Okay.
gentlemen, when you're asking a question, don't mute yourself
Yes.
until you are satisfied. Okay.
Okay.
So Otene,
Thank
you have
you.
another question? Are you good?
No, I'm done.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
done. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll go to
Thank you.
Walter. Walter G. Walter G, unmute yourself.
Hello?
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Yes, I'm sorry I came late. When I got here, I just listened some part of it that if you have to register at $97 as a member, then you have to register again for the second time, which is $250. My question is that if some of us don't have that $50 for the second registration, what going to be? What will be the consequences?
Okay.
I can take this if you want to.
Yes, please.
Okay, for a start, the first registration is to be a founder. You do not have to register again. What you are doing is you're activating your account on the first month. Every single founder who is here now, that's the 600,000 of us, all have to pay the one time out of pocket, okay, for your first month. And as Charles said, it's going to be around about $250. Now then, if for any reason you can't pay that money then, okay, as a founder, Ashram Farah has always said that he will give ample time for people to pay that very first month. There will be a grace period, okay, but we are expected to pay. We all know that it's going to be around $250. And as Marina says, we're going to have a couple of months to get that money together. So every founder should be now getting that money together so that when it comes the time to activate it, when we launch to the world, we will have that money in place. But if we don't, then there will be a grace period. And Ash hasn't put a time stamp on how long this grace period has been, but he's always said nobody will be left behind. So we will have a period of time. Now, moving forward to month number 2, if for any reason you cannot pay the second month for any reason, okay, this is going to be your second month. And then as Mike Ellis said as well, this will come out of your commissions anyway from how the company is structured, from them marketing our business, our domain names and our websites to customers that are going to be coming in. If for any reason you can't, then your account is just paused. But money will still come into your account, even though it's on pause. And once that is topped up enough to pay that second month, you simply pay and you are reactivated again. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, you do ask them. So when is this going to start? When is the second payment going to start?
You mean on the main launch? The main launch will be when all the products and services, not all the products and services, sorry, when Ashram Farah deems it the right time to it. Don't forget, as a founder now, we are in a beta testing stage for the products that we have been given. These have to be tested to make sure they are durable and worthy of the customers, because we are not going to have thousands of people using these products. We're going to have millions. So the last thing any company want to do is to launch, then have to close to revamp its site. So we as founders, not only are we founders in this pre-launch stage, we are also beta testers of these products and services. We expect it to be as soon as possible. Then nobody wants this to launch quicker than Ashram Farah. So I'd imagine, and this is only my belief here, I'd imagine within the next 3 to 4 months, we will be going into main launch. And that is only my guess, okay? So do not quote me, not say anything like that, but you know, everything is moving in that, towards that. We are getting regular product launches now, almost on a weekly basis, and things really are hotting up. So if you are not a founder and sitting on the fence, that time period to jump in now is closing very rapidly.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Walter.
Are you okay? Are you okay, Walter?
Yeah, I'm satisfied with that.
Thank you, Red. Now we go to Joel. Joel, I'm asking you to unmute.
Okay,
Joel?
thank you, leaders, for this opportunity. So I have a question. I'm going to go very slow. Now, if a person becomes a founder today and you were not able to get like invitees in the form of humans, but you are able to have multiple accounts, in terms of benefits, are they going to be the same thing, or is there a difference when you invite your friends, your friends, or when you have accounts? Is there a difference, please?
Yes, big difference. Let me take this one, ladies. So here's the thing. Joel is the name. Okay, Joel. So let's say you come in and you get 10 accounts. And I come in and I invite 10 people. Everything being equal. I just have one account, but I have 10 invitees that I've brought in. Here's the difference. Number one, what your first account makes, you're gonna get that times 10, right? So those accounts all belong to you, right? So if you're getting the X amount of money per account, so now you're gonna get 10X per account, right? And hopefully a little bit more for the first account, because the first account has some, referrals. It's considered referrals, okay? Then me, on the other hand, I am only getting 1X, right? But here's the difference. Because I have 10 different individuals,
Right.
some of them may get active. You see? So let's say 3 of them get active, and they're very, very active. I could wind up with 10,000 people in my team. You see the difference? If I wind up with 10,000 people in my team with just one account, I might end up making more money than you because of the ripple effect. Remember, on passive, the AI traffic is gonna build on top of what we already have. But now, if I had 10 separate accounts, and on top of that, I still have 10 individuals, then I have super advantage. You see the difference? I don't know how that makes sense, Joel.
I don't understand. Can you? I'm not getting it.
Okay. So what I'm saying is this. Each account is considered a founder. Each account. It doesn't matter whether you have it or not. The system doesn't know who owns the account because there are different email addresses, right?
Right.
So you're gonna pay 10 times the $97, and when they launch, you're gonna pay 10 times that one-time subscription, right? And you're also gonna get paid 10 times. You see the difference?
Right.
So, but if I have only one account, I am only gonna get paid one time. I'm just saying that if I bring in people rather than just opening an account or opening many accounts, those people may become active and bring in lots of people, thereby giving me a bigger team. That's the difference.
Okay. So in other words, it's more advisable to invite people rather than open accounts.
Okay, let me just put it like this. Just say Mike Ellis is an architect, right? And Mike Ellis says, Joel, I'm gonna build you a 10-story building, and I'm gonna get Charles a 10-story building by September 1st. And then I look up and I say, wait a minute, I've got 5 months. Let me start the foundation. Okay? By, let's say, July, August, I'm done with the foundation. And then I say, well, let me start the first floor. And then I do that. Mike Ellis comes in September 1st, finds that I've gone that far, but you, Joel, you haven't done anything, right? He has promised to give us 10-story buildings. At the same pace, guess what's going to happen?
Looks like you're muted. I can't hear you anymore, sir.
Yeah, sorry, I think somebody muted me. So I don't know what point to stop hearing me, but I'm saying come September 1st, because I started the foundation, my building is going to come up faster than yours because he's going to start yours from foundation. He's going to start mine from the first floor. What ONPASSIVE is saying is this: we are going to build every founder's team. However, if you have started building your team, when we come, we will just build on top of that team, right? So the advantage of having people is that they might get active and start building. But if you only have accounts, they are considered founders and they will be paid just like different founders. The only thing is those accounts cannot become.
Mr. Charles, please unmute yourself. Mr. Charles.
Yeah,
One
I
of the
can.
co-hosts is obviously muting all, and it also mutes the host, unfortunately. Just be
Right.
careful with that, please. Thanks, guys.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, if that's not clear enough for you, maybe some other leader can try in a different way and you'll get it. Are you
To
clear,
give
Joel?
that a go, Joel, I'd like to actually a
Not
very
really.
similar analogy to what Charles was saying. With ONPASSIVE, everyone is forced to succeed. That's a guarantee. Your success is guaranteed. But now, if you're wanting, so you can just imagine in a year from the time we launch, do you want a single story house or do you want a skyscraper? If you want a single story house, you can be passive and do nothing, invite nobody. If you want to buy accounts under yourself, that's also fine because it's just going to help lay the foundation. But if you're wanting the high-rise building and you actually really want to, get as much as possible out of this experience and journey with ONPASSIVE, you invite and share the opportunity with others. And you just never know if you get one person in there that's going to just run with this opportunity and you sitting back really doing nothing, but you've invited that person that's going to run and build and bring other people in to your business because they all fall under you to build the business. And I've got someone in my team who invited one person. That one person went out and invited more people and in their team. And now they're sitting with about 35 people and she only invited one person. There's others that have bought several accounts because they just don't feel comfortable sharing the opportunity. So it's entirely up to you. Either way, you're going to succeed. It doesn't matter who you are, you will succeed. I hope that makes sense. Thanks, Joel.
Yeah. Okay. What about a person who invited a whole lot of people and they're just sitting there? They're not inviting anybody. Isn't it the same thing with a person who have multiple accounts?
It would be the same. If you're inviting people that's doing nothing as well, you've got a team. So you at least are sitting in a better position because those people are sitting, they are passive. They are not building a team, but it's the same as you having those other people in your team, the same as if you had to buy those. If you bought 10 accounts, for example, or you invited 10 people that did nothing, it's the same result at the end of the day.
Let me add a couple of things to that real quick. Really what we're talking about is cutting time frames. And if you go out and you bring 10 people in and they don't do anything, it really doesn't matter because ONPASSIVE is actually going to build their team. So as they build your team, they're also building, as they build their team, they're also building your team. And regardless, if you're doing it by yourself with 10 accounts, it's just you working. If you bring in 10 people, now you've got 10 people working with you. And this is all about cutting timeframes. Everybody eventually will get to that point where their finances are taken care of. But when you invite in people, you get there quicker rather than just doing it on your own. So building a team, it's a team effort. Everybody's working for the same goal. And obviously, if you can bring people in, we recommend you do that. But even if you bring people in that don't do anything, ONPASSIVE is still going to build their team. And as their teams grow, your team grows. So I hope that made sense, Jewel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Joe, let me add one thing real quick, and then I'm sure we can move to the next person. So if I'm able to do 10 accounts, let's just say that, okay? I will get the 10 accounts. Why? Because I'm going to get paid 10 times over. However, I am still going to invite people. Why? Because when these people come in, they can invite other people so that they will help to build a team. So in addition to getting paid 10 times over, I'm getting a big team. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But if you cannot invite people for whatever reason, you cannot build a team, it's okay. Everybody's going to succeed. Whatever your 10 accounts is, you'll get paid 10 times over. And that's also considered a team of 10. So you and 9 others. So you build a team of 9 already anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
All right.
Joel, are you okay?
Yeah, thank you. I mean, to the point.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Then we go next to Clara. Clara, please, can you unmute yourself? I'll give you the go ahead. Clara Ezeko.
Hello, good evening. Hello.
Right. Good evening.
Yes,
we can
Clara,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. And happy Easter in advance. I just want to use this opportunity to thank every one of you for your patience and for your answering all our questions and teaching us all the time. I just want to thank you all. Mr. Charles, I thank you so much. And Marina, I thank you. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity. Please, sir, I have one question, and before I raised it, and I have not been able to solve it. And as it, I have one of my team registered, and she got registered. That was, I think, on the 23rd of
Hello,
last
Clara.
month.
Clara. Hello, Clara.
Hello?
1 minute.
Yeah.
Please remember, when it has to do with tickets and proprietary information, you may not be able to handle such question here. This is a guest webinar, and you may want to come to the founders only webinar when it has to do with tickets and support.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have one of those tomorrow, Sunday. Listen, we have one of those on Sunday, and we have another one on Monday. So make a choice.
Okay, yeah, it's a guest
Both days.
webinar. Okay.
Yeah, it is a present.
Right.
Okay, thank you. Suresh, can we go ahead with Suresh?
Okay.
Suresh, unmute yourself. Suresh. Okay. Suresh, are you there? I may have to go to Emilio. Emilio, can you unmute yourself?
I am a member. I've got two questions actually. I'm a member, and then I signed in my wife, which makes sense, right? As my team member, but she went to another team member. She's enrolled with another. Can we correct that?
Okay, Emilio,
That's
okay,
correctable.
Mr. Charles, you want to take that, or you want him to come for the founders?
Yeah, I was going to say that's correctable, but then again, we should talk more about that tomorrow, 2 p.m. or Monday at 2 p.m., right? So we're saying support type issues. This is the wrong forum. This is a guest webinar, but that is correctable, Emilio. It can be corrected. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Louis, are you ready? Unmute yourself, Louis. Louis, unmute yourself. Louis. Suresh, are you there? Hello, Louis. Ladies and gentlemen, if we have anybody with questions, please you can go ahead and raise your hand electronically. We will attend to it. Mr. Charles, I think I should pick 1 or 2 questions from the chat room.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. What if you do not join at the founder stage? What will be the difference if you join after? Natalie indicated.
One of the leaders take that.
Marty's here. Let him take that one. And
yeah, I can answer. I'm not sure exactly what he said now. My grandson's running around here. What was the question again?
He's trying to find out. Let me say the question. He's trying to find out what are the advantages of being a founder versus just being a reseller, for example.
Millions of dollars. No, you want to get in as soon as you can because you get time stamped. If you're in today and you wait and get in when it launches, which could be 2 months or 3 months, there could be thousands and thousands of people that have joined in between then, and the potential of what we call overflow would be greater now than it would be 2 or 3 months from now. So it's always better, as Charles said in the beginning of this webinar, that if you can lock in a spot now, I would be doing it as quickly as possible. It's only going to grow faster and faster. Where do you want to be? You want to be in the line after it's formed 1,000 people, or do you want to be in the front of the line? It's that simple. So sign up now if you're thinking about it. There is an advantage because the amount of people coming in, I don't think it'll change for months and months and months, but you want to be as close to the front of the line as you can, obviously. I hope that helps.
Okay, thank you, Matty. Now let's go to Galaxy A10s. Unmute
First of all,
yourself.
find out if it's that is. Larry, can we first of all find out if that?
I read it from the chat room.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Galaxy A10s, you're having some background noise. Can you handle that, please? Okay.
Can you please?
We can't hear you very well.
Hello, can you hear me? May I proceed?
Okay, go ahead now.
Hey, this is Prince. Sorry about my name on the beginning. So,
We can't hear you, and there's noise in your background. Can you put your question on the chat, please?
Okay.
All right, then can we go to Suresh? Do you have a question? Suresh, unmute yourself. Otene, you can unmute yourself now. Otene?
Yes, I've sent a question to Marina, and that question has to do with manual or literature, in respect of this business, in respect of this ONPASSIVE, so that we can acquaint ourselves with more details. I don't know whether it is possible to have that.
Sorry, I just saw the message now. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes, there is like a PDF, like ebook. I've also got a few of my presentations that I've done on YouTube available in PDF. So are you on our Telegram group? Because I can share it there for you. Are you a founder? Are you a founder?
No, I'm a guest.
Oh, you're a guest. Okay.
Yeah.
I've also got my Facebook group on Passive Africa United. There, nobody shares their links and things, but there's a lot of information there, as well as this book that I'm talking about. What I'll do is I'll share the link to my Facebook group, and you just go under units, and under the units, you'll see ebook. And the ebook you can download, and that's got all the information you need about ONPASSIVE and the products.
Thank you very much.
Okay, my pleasure. And then don't forget, I've also posted how to register, because a lot of people, like I think it was Emilio that signed his wife up, but ended up with someone else's link. That is what, if you follow those steps on how to register, it will save those problems, where you make sure that the person that invited you's name is there, and it warns you, please do not continue if this is not the person who invited you. Then you go back and register with their link, because on the internet and YouTube and Facebook, there's lots of founders, 600,000 of us, and everybody's sharing their links in different portals and what have you. And by accident, we might be watching a presentation by someone else and then click on their link and wonder, how did we get there? Because we don't realize that everybody's got their own unique invite link to get your team built under you. Okay, I'm going to post that. So I have posted that already, how to register. I'm going to find the Facebook group, and you can join that as well. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
And then obviously, once you are registered, then the person that invited you will add you to all the groups that we have. We've got Telegram and WhatsApp groups that you can join as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Are you okay, Otene?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, Mr. Charles, the guy with the bad audio just want to know how to get on board, how do I register as a founder? So I guess you just go back to whoever invited you to this webinar, and they will send you their link and you can come on board. Mr. Charles, is that okay?
That's it, yes.
All right then. Then I'll go to Emilio. You still have another question, or Mitch?
Somebody cut me off. I had two questions I said, and somebody
Okay,
cut
go
me
ahead.
off. And the second question now is, I have a corporation, and a corporation, as you know, is given birth by somebody. It's a legal person. So can I, as a corporation, enter the ONPASSIVE arena?
Yes, Amelia.
I can take that if you would.
Anyone can join on passive, whether you're an individual, corporate company, a small, large, medium enterprise, whatever the case is, or self-employed, anybody can enter or join.
Oh, okay.
The unique identifier is the email address. So if you've got a corporation, you've obviously got a business account that's attached to that, an email account. You would register with that as the director of that company. And then anyone else, what a lot of companies are doing, so the CEO will sign up, and then the financial director would sign up under him, or as well as the product manager or whatever. And then they sort of take turns, and it will be 3 and 3 and 3 until everyone that you're wanting in your organization is in. And that's a great way to start building your corporation as well, with the passive income that we'll be earning. So yes,
So
you
I
can.
have the other question. The other question is, I have another email because my brother is not does not have an email at all, and so I would like my brother to use that email with my name on it. Is that possible?
It is, but it's very simple, Emilio, to open another Gmail account in his name or what have you, and then you can do it on Gmail under your main account, because I've got lots of Gmail accounts I've opened for my children as well, and I would just then give them the password when I'm ready to hand it over to them. So you can do that for your brother, so that it's an email that he can log into as well at any time, or you can just help him open his own email. It's very easy as long as he's got access to internet. But there's a lot of people that's managing family and friends and elderly people that just don't have an understanding of how it works. So as long as you are managing that account for him, it's fine. But it's very easy to open a Gmail account. Either you can do a different email in his name, or get him to do it and just help him set it up and help him verify his account.
Well, he's in Hawaii and I'm in California, and I have a hard time communicating with him by phone.
Fine.
Yes.
You can give him that other email address, or you can create a new one for him in your account and with a unique password, and then just say, this is your email, but you would then obviously verify his account. So you would send your invite link to yourself, sign up with his details and that email address, and then you would need to verify it. And once it's verified, he can go in and change the password or leave it and update his profile. But you would then sign the NDA on his behalf to say you are managing this account. So you sign your signature and you just say, I am the manager of this account. Those are the two ticks. The NDA, there's two ticks. One says, I understand the content of this non-disclosure agreement. The other one says that I am the owner or manager of this account. So yes, you can do that.
So is this position transferable?
Yes,
like I created, and
it's willable and transferable. I've put all my positions in my will, as well as the positions I've opened for my children. And so when I pass on, they'll know exactly, this is the email, this is the password for this account, send this information to support with my death certificate in the event I pass away in the next 200 years, and they will transfer it to my beneficiaries, yes.
Have you ever changed your password? It seems like an endless effort in my part, because
I have changed it, and there was a little issue with it at one point where it just kept saying, it's done, but then it wasn't done. But the only problem there is you had to clear your cache history. I just had another member now that asked me, I hope you came right, if you've got more than one account, or if there's too many cookies and your cache history is not clear, it sometimes gets a bit confused. So you just go into your Google account, the 3 dots on the top, it says clear cache history, or you go into history, clear history, and that is where it's, and then you reboot your device, and it should be fine when you ask for a password change. I've changed my password many times and I've never had a problem, but I think it depends on your device that you're using, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, just try. Normally on the people that have struggled with that, normally on the 3rd attempt, they get it right. So just try reset the password once you've done that. If it doesn't work the next time, the 3rd time it normally works. But that's a little problem that's, you know, it will get ironed out. It's not a big problem. All right.
Thank you.
My pleasure, Emilio.
Oh, one last thing.
Yes.
You know, when you're inviting people, and it's not very specific. It's you've got just the URL that you copy and paste, or share or copy. Okay, but you don't know what you're sending, you know, because it's not specific. It's just the URL that's there.
Okay, Amelia, once again, what I do is what I always tell my team and anyone, when you send out the registration link, now we've got 3 different products that you can send out. So the person that you send him information to, it will have a little bit of a write-up. There's O-Bless, O-Academy, and O-Trim. And I'm loving O-Bless because that's really going to be the signature of ONPASSIVE. We'll be able to help communities and people and what have you. So, and it's also got a little video. So copy and paste in your URL. So open a new tab, paste it like you're sending it to someone else, and always see what they're getting. And there you read through and you'll know. When you say become a founder, it will say Emilio invited you. If you got the wrong link, but for whatever reason, it will have that other person's name there. Or else you just go straight to the registration link. That's got no information. It just says Emilio invited you to, you know, register here, and they just ask for the information. The other links we have gives a little bit more information on that specific product. So as we roll out, as we preview all the products, we're going to have a link for each product, but you don't have to use those links. You could always just send a presentation that you found. This is nice and simple and quick and easy, or invite them to a webinar. If they like it, then you just send them the registration link. That's the simplest way. Make sure that you are sending your registration link and not your sponsor, not the person that brought you in. Okay.
All right.
Correct. Okay.
Emilio, this is why, like, information like this can be overwhelming for the guests, right? Because the guests start wondering, okay, what is all these things are different, O-Bless, and so why we create webinars for founders only, and we actually log into the back office and show you how it is done. We do that every Sunday at 2 p.m. We do that on Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern, right? Because we just want our guests to have a chance. Yes, founders can ask questions, but these questions that start going too deep can really get the guests lost. That's the reason, okay?
Yes.
But thanks.
Okay. Thank you. And I'm sorry, I'm not aware of that.
Thank you, Emilio. Now, Paul Deban. Paul Deban, please, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm a guest and now a founder, of course. I had to hustle the one who invited me on to get me to start, and I plugged into my back office. But I was also caught in the trap because I know the person that invited me, I know her name, but then for some reason the name didn't come out. I've registered already, so I'm not too sure how to go about it.
Paul, when did you register?
Right now.
Oh, okay. Mr. Charles, over to you, please.
Yes. Are you, so you just registered now and you said the name didn't come up. So what I want to say is if you've registered, okay, have you paid yet?
I've paid, yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you've paid, it means you have a back office.
Yeah.
So did you sign the non-disclosure agreement, the NDA?
Say that again.
Did you sign the NDA?
I have, yes, I have, yeah.
Okay, so if you have, it means that you have a back office accessible to you. Can one of the leaders, please, Dr. Benny, I know you're here. Can you private chat him so he can come to our onboarding tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern? The onboarding just says, okay, now you're a founder. What's next? What do I need to know? And we're going to show you how to look up and see who is the sponsor, right? You see the name of the sponsor. That's one of the things that we're going to show you. We're also going to show you how to get your link to invite people, just like what Marina was explaining to Emilio just moments ago. So we're going to show you quite a few things for you to get started, okay? Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
Okay, so Dr. Ben is going to chat you privately right here?
Yeah. Okay, but then I have a second question.
Okay.
So it's to do with the monetary aspect. So when the money, is it going to hit your bank account, or is going to be in a certain virtual environment before? What is going to happen when we start getting paid?
I can take that if you want to.
Yes, please, right?
Okay, the way you get paid is very simple. We're going to have a thing called an O wallet. Okay, this is part of one of the products of ONPASSIVE. It's not only going to be just for founders, it will be for customers and resellers as well. But within your O wallet, there's actually two parts to it. One is going to be a funding wallet, and the other one is your O wallet. Now, the funding wallet is where the commissions from your people in your team hit first. And this is what fills up to pay for your subsequent months. Obviously, every founder has to pay to activate their account on their first month, but then the following months, month 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through the year, when these commissions come in, they will fill up your funding wallet first. Once that's full, then any more commissions on top of that fall into your O wallet. Then you can withdraw that to anywhere you like. Part of the setup process of your O wallet will be adding a bank account, maybe a Bitcoin wallet address, maybe having other forms of withdrawal as well that will be by country. Each country will be individual, I'd imagine. And you can then withdraw those funds in your own currency to where you like out of your O wallet. I hope that helps.
Okay, yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Red. Paul, congratulations, first of all. That was a great one. Remember, Mr. Charles says, if somebody introduces a business to you and you don't know about it, jump on it first and you begin to know it. That's exactly what you do. Congratulations. And we have a chart. Let me quickly address that. And that's from Clara. Clara, you can see from Mr. Charles' response to Paul that there's going to be a founders only webinar tomorrow by 2 p.m. Eastern. After that, by 4 p.m. Eastern, we have a guest webinar. So whichever one you want, please get across to whoever invited you, and you can be part of it. If you're already a founder, you can be part of the founders only webinar, or you can come for the guest webinar. Louis, please unmute yourself, Louis.
Wanted to quickly add to Paul, just quickly, you can go into your profile into GoFounders.net, and you can scroll all the way to the bottom and you'll see your sponsor there and their email address and phone number. So you don't have to, if you're excited to find out.
Thank you, Marina.
Okay.
Louis, can you go ahead? We can't hear you, Louis. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. I can see it. You're saying something, but we can't hear you here. Unmute yourself again. Okay. I guess your audio is having some issues. We can't hear you, but you're muted.
Must be his headset. Let him write
yes. Can you remove the headset and talk directly into your device? Unmute yourself again. Unmute yourself. Okay. Oh, sorry. Put it in the chat room. Put your question in the chat room. I guess your device is having some challenge. Then we have a new generation. New generation, unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm Robert, and I just joined the meeting, so I wasn't around for a while. So I was wondering if you guys could really do a brief summary of what was said, because I heard something about $250 and I don't know what it's about.
Okay, new generation, before
Robert,
before I give this to
I
Mr.
get it,
Charles.
I get it, Larry. Robert, you can come in tomorrow.
Sorry?
You can come in tomorrow at 2 p.m. We'll have another guest webinar tomorrow at 2 p.m., right?
Okay,
And that's
okay.
why today I intentionally left it open, because I knew that the leadership council members are going to be coming in and I did not want to log them out. But for the guests, if you miss out 15, 20, 30 minutes of the presentation, it's very hard to really catch up. That's why we have many of these. Okay? We'll have another one tomorrow at 2 p.m. We also have recordings. Like this one is going to be recorded. And we have other recordings that you can go back and look and listen. Then come back tomorrow with your questions, right?
Okay, okay. Thank you.
All right.
You can find this recording later on tonight on my YouTube channel. I'll post the link.
Charles, no hand is up.
Okay. If no hand is up,
I can't
that's
see
great,
any
because I have
question.
I think Christine has a hand up. Go ahead, Christine.
Okay. I'll give you the go ahead to unmute yourself, Christine. Go ahead.
What's the benefit to the customer who buys the product?
A lot, Christine. Like I said, first and foremost, I learned Mike Ellis state that. I think he loves that kind of question. Mike.
Yeah, when you think about the products of ONPASSIVE and you think about ONPASSIVE, as we launch to the world, ONPASSIVE, the people coming into ONPASSIVE, probably 90 to 95% of the people will be customers. Why? Because AT&T doesn't need another business. They need better IT products. And as they come in, and let's say they use the webinar product of ONPASSIVE, they're going to use that product because it's superior. It's cutting edge. It's the best of the best, brand new technology. That's the reason customers will come in and use the products of ONPASSIVE. And all the products of ONPASSIVE are like that. They're just absolutely superior. It's what Ash and his team in Hyderabad have done. That was their first goal. Any products they build have to be far superior to anything online. And then the second thing, it has to be a very, very large niche, which is good for you and I, because as customers come in, we get paid off of those customers. But as you think about the products, customers will use the products because they're better than anything online. They're superior at a lower price point. That's it. Really is that simple. Did that make sense?
Yes, that did. I mean, that's two USPs, isn't it, really?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And are you saying that there's going to be automatic traffic being driven through all the time?
Correct. You know, when you look at a niche like the webinar niche that we're on today, and there are tens of millions of people doing Zooms every day. They're always looking for a better mousetrap. They're always looking for a better product, and the webinar product of ONPASSIVE is superior. So they will be driving traffic continually, 24/7, 365 days a year. And remember, our market is 4.6 billion people. We're never going to go through all those people. So that bodes really, really well for us, because these people will be continually coming in. So yeah, they'll be driving traffic always for you.
Yeah, okay.
Are you okay, Christine?
Yeah, thank you.
Any other question?
Your
from
answer.
You? Okay. I would like to call on Red. Louis dropped a question in the chat room, and Red, you want to attend to that, because I saw you actually sent a message to him.
Yeah, Louis said he logged in yesterday and he hadn't had a confirmation email through. I just asked him if he can log in or not. He hasn't come back to me. But if you do find yourself in a situation where you have registered, but you haven't had a confirmation email from the company as yet, you can do one of two things. Okay, you can either wait for it to come through, and if it hasn't come through in a relatively quick time, then you go back to your login area and you can ask for a new verification email. There's a tab just on your login page, and if you clicked that verification email, you just put in the email that you registered, and they should send you one through. If that fails and you cannot log in, then you would need to go back to your sponsor, the person who introduced you, from the link and get them to write to support. But the easiest thing to do is either wait or ask for a new verification email.
Thank you, Red. I can't see any hands up physically or electronically, and there's no question in the chat room.
Okay, that's great, because I have a French meeting in about 6-7 minutes. So I'll let the leaders that want to do some closing remarks, please go ahead so we can wrap this up. Any other leaders?
I'll just close with one thing for everybody here who is looking at this for the first time. This opportunity in this business is for everybody and anybody, okay? There is no qualifications. You don't have to be a businessman. You don't have to know about computers. You don't have to know sales. You don't have to know anything about this. It is an opportunity for the everyday person, okay? So take that leap of faith. Trust in the person who has invited you here to have a look at this opportunity. And if you do not believe any of us here, please believe the person who has shared this link with you, and go with it. Pay that $97. We would love to have you on board. Thanks very much.
All right. Anybody else?
I just want to say,
West
great presentation, great answers, questions and answers as well. And I'm sure that you're all in a position now as a guest to make an informed decision to join as soon as possible. And remember, it's a 100% lifetime money back guarantee. So the risk is almost zero. It's very low risk with extremely high reward. And not that you would want to get your money back, but that is our CEO's heart says, if you don't see the vision of the company, not everybody's meant to be a founder. If you see this as like a great opportunity, join us, enjoy the journey, and just keep sharing. So I welcome you all, and happy Easter to everyone. Hope you have a blessed weekend.
Yeah, Charles, I'd like to say something if it's all right.
Unmute yourself, Mr. Charles.
Oh, yes, let's go ahead, Maddie.
Yeah, fantastic presentation. If you are looking, I've been online since 2004. I had
are you hearing me now?
Excuse me?
Hold on, Esther. Maddie's speaking.
Oh.
Go ahead, Maddie.
Anyway, and it's not easy. And all of us were looking for a way to make money online or build wealth. And there's nothing out there compared to this. There's just nothing easier. They do everything for you. It's all automated. You get all the help you could possibly want. There's one big team. We all work together. Get the facts. Don't waste time. If you can get into this, get into it and learn later. But it's very simple. It's automated. It's made for the average person. That's what the CEO of the company wanted. That's what he's creating. And you can be in it right now. So that's all I got. Thanks, Charles.
Thank you, Maddie. I think Esther Gay has been trying to say something. I don't know what it is. Esther, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Okay. I've given her the approval to unmute herself. Esther, unmute yourself. Esther, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Very well.
Okay, he didn't open his own. Okay, Charles, what I want to ask, I've got a few members in my thing. Then what I want to ask is, if I want to open an account, let's say it's a scholarship account. Now, do I necessarily have to put my name, or I can get a name and register it with then, but it will be under my supervision? So what advice can you give me, please?
Mr. Charles?
I was responding to someone. I don't understand her question. I didn't listen. Can any of the leaders?
It's okay. I've got it. Esther, yes, you can. You can have any name there. You know, I've got one account that says Favorite Dynasty, for example. You can call your account anything. The first and second name could be your corporation for the scholarship, but the email is the unique identifier. So as long as you've got control over that email, you can change the name. If you haven't thought of a name yet, and if you want to change the name going forward, you can do that at any time without even having to go through support. So you can call it whatever you want now, because the email is your unique identifier. As long as you've got access to that email, you'll get all the communication from GoFounders. So yes, you can do that. A lot of people are doing that as well.
All right. So the email is the most important.
Yes.
Then
that's why one person can have 10, 20, 100 accounts, as long as the name and email can be, name, phone number, surname can be the same, but the email has to be different. So if you want more than one account, you need different email addresses for each account.
Okay. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Oh, okay, I have Christine. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Christine. Unmute yourself.
Somebody added something for me in the chat and said all our products are built for an unlimited use for a 1 monthly fee. Does that mean when the customer buys the product, they pay just once or they pay once a month?
No, it's a monthly fee.
They pay once a month.
Correct. They pay once a month, month after month after month.
Oh, gotcha, right. And they've got a 7-day free trial period.
They do.
And then after that, they're just a subscription person paying over and over again.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that most of these people coming in and using the unpassive products, they're already using a similar product out there, and they're paying a monthly fee for that product. So coming in and paying for the unpassive products is not a big deal. They're already paying for stuff right now, but the reason they're going to come in and use the unpassive product is because it's superior at a lower price point.
So you don't think there'll be any problem with brand loyalty?
None. In fact, the brand loyalty will be unpassive.
Right, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The joy of being a founder, you only pay one-time subscription.
Somebody asked for the French webinar Zoom. This is actually not a guest webinar. It is onboarding in French. Actually, every Saturday we have a thing where they get updates and then Q&A. So it's updates and Q&A in the French happening actually just now. So I'm already 1 minute late. I want to thank all the leaders for coming. I see there's another question, hand up. Dr. Georgie, go ahead.
Yes, it's in 1 hour. It's not actually now.
Oh, it's in 1 hour? Oh,
yes.
I think I'm confused. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Georgie. Now, Paul Devan, unmute yourself, Paul. Then I'll come to you, Eros.
Yeah, this is just a quick one. So when is the next webinar to invite friends and family to watch?
Tomorrow, same time. Yeah. Well, sorry, 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, not same time.
Oh, I thought you said tomorrow's one is for members only.
No, we have 2 webinars tomorrow. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
You're right. The members only is at 2 p.m. Okay.
Yeah.
And at 4 p.m. Eastern, we'll have a guest webinar like this one.
Okay, 4 p.m. Eastern, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So Paul, make sure you are in the
ID.
Paul, please make sure you are in the Founders Only webinar at 2 p.m. Eastern. Then you can bring your guests to the 4 p.m. Now the ID is different. For Founders Only, we don't share the ID here. So you get it, through probably as talking to Dr. Benny. But for the guest webinar, this ID is same that we use all throughout in all our English webinar. So Eros, unmute yourself.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
I do not have a question. I just want to thank for this great webinar. this evening. I just want to give a compliment to Mike Ellis and Red Redfern. You are the boss I love. You have always the answers, bring to the point, short and understandable. This I love. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Eros. Thank you. Mr. Charles, any other question, please? Any other question?
I see a hand that's physically up. That will be Charles. Go ahead and unmute yourself, sir.
Oh, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. This is to Mike Ellis. I understand the question about the monthly fee, and that's really going to be for the customers that are coming in after we launch. My question would be on the one-time fee for the founders. How will it be? Will they have to pay more than once, or is that one pretty much set? Can you kind of go over that for me?
Yeah, no, the founding fee is a fee to lock us into ONPASSIVE, lock us into the pay structure, but it is also an annual fee, okay? Now, at the end of 1 year, the founder's fee will be $997. Now, again, this is an optional fee that you can pay or you don't have to pay. But if you pay it, that $997 will come out of the profits of ONPASSIVE. It doesn't have to come out of your pocket. And after a year's time, you're going to be able to determine if you want to continue to be a founder. My suspicion is, yeah, you'll want to, because there are going to be benefits there that we don't even know about yet. So at the end of the 1 year, after the hard launch, 1 year after that, we'll have to pay an additional $997, and that is an annual fee at the end of each year. But it's optional, and you can determine whether you want to or you don't. If you don't pay it, it does not affect your standing in ONPASSIVE, being an independent reseller and building residual and walk away money. Doesn't affect that at all.
Okay, Mike, my question really, I got that. My question was on the monthly fee for the founders, the 150 to the 100 to 250. You pay that one time. What is the possibility of us paying it more than once, or how's that going to work?
The possibility, obviously, we come in and we pay the $250. That is a monthly fee. The possibility of you paying that more than once is zero. Okay, it's the way ONPASSIVE is structured. Gotcha. Even if you don't have the money in there the second month, ONPASSIVE is going to let the money continue to build until you do have it, and from there they'll pay that $250. So the possibility of you having to pay it more than 1 month is really at zero, unless you want to. Let's say you've got $245 in there and you want to stay active. You could pay the $5 and you're ready to go for the next month, but you don't have to. It's just, it is an option though.
Charles, I wanted to add something else to that. Once you've got 3 customers or 3 team members, so say you go out and invite, the minute you've got 3, even if you get it now or when we go into our official launch or during soft launch, once you've got 3, that's it. Your subscription is covered for life. You don't, right. Going forward, the minute you've got 3, you know that subscription is going to be taken care of going forward. So we always encourage people to at least try, even though you don't need to, go out and find people. But if you can find 3, it will just know that when we launch, you are in commission immediately from the day we launch with those 3 people in your team.
My concern was just being able to explain this to my new people coming in. I have over 140 right now, personally, I brought in.
Wow,
so
well done.
but I just wanted to make sure I could explain that to new folks coming in.
That's great, Charles. That's a good one, Charles. And please, Charles, if you can make it to the founders only meeting tomorrow, we call it training and onboarding.
Gotcha.
So that members of your team that are founders, get them in so that they can get to know. We take them through the back office and how to troubleshoot and everything. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good. So I have Richard. Richard, unmute yourself. Richard, unmute yourself.
There we go. Yeah, Charles, and anybody who has these questions about the residual income, once you pay that first payment, you're receiving residual income from 3 different places. Every customer that comes in and spends money, that money goes to the founders. These people are put under the founders and the money goes under the founders. Then you've got your team. You're going to be receiving residual income from your team. Now, every last product, 50 of them, you'll also be able to sell as an individual, as one company. Each one is a $1 billion company. Now, every time that somebody connects with you, he automatically falls under you. Now, he's getting this beautiful 7D thing, and he sees, well, geez, I already got the money in there after 7 days. Why wouldn't I pay to become a reseller? So automatically, here comes some more income into your wallet. So really, I don't think it can happen that the second month that you'd have to pay, because you're receiving plus the overflow. And the goal that Ash has, in my opinion, is to make sure that every last one of us, when it launches to the public, have 3 people. That's my opinion, but it's a feeling I have that that's his dream, is to make sure that all founders are in commission when we launch to the public. So happy Easter to everybody. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Happy Easter.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Now, before I come to you, Christine, let me go to Monica. I'll get back to you, Christine. Monica, unmute yourself. Okay, Monica. Monica, I can see your hand up. I'll give you the go ahead to unmute yourself, please. Okay, good. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm lost. You can continue. You can ask someone.
Oh, we can hear you. You don't want to ask the question again?
I'm very lost. Can you just continue?
Okay, all right. Okay, then. Okay, then. Then in that case, I'll go to Christine. Christine, unmute yourself. Christine, you're muted.
Did I hear something about a $950 annual fee?
That's the founder's fee after a year, Christina, and it's optional. You don't have to pay it.
What is the benefit of paying it?
To be able to stay a founder, and there will be some tangible benefits to being a founder. But at the end of the year, you can go through it and see if it's worth it to you. If it's not, you do not have to pay the $997.
So if you don't pay the $997, then what have you got left?
You are an independent reseller of the IT products, which gives you the ability to be paid by ONPASSIVE, and the team and the residual income that you have developed over a year, you get to keep that. It doesn't change anything.
Right. So if you want to carry on having customers put under you, you're going to pay $970 a year.
No, that's to stay a founding member. And some of the advantages of a founding member are being an insider. You get the inside scoop directly from Ash Mufareh, the CEO. There will be other benefits and perks to being a founding member. There will be a bonus pool for a founding member. But again, at the end of a year, if you don't want to pay that $997, you do not have to. It is not mandatory.
But it's likely that at the end of the year, you'd have the money in passive income anyway to pay it.
You're exactly right. That money will not come out of your pocket. It will come out of the profits of ONPASSIVE.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Thank
Red's
you.
shaking his head. I always know I'm doing a good job when Red is shaking his head.
Christine, are you okay?
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, you're welcome. All right. Let's see on the dashboard. I can't see any hand still. Charles.
Right. So we're done. Okay, great. Finally, okay. No questions. Great. Tomorrow we have onboarding, also guest webinar. And on Monday we have pretty much updates Q&A. I see another hand just came up. Every time you say there's no hand, then somebody raises their hand. Okay, Joel, go ahead.
Joel, go ahead.
So what, just a quick clarification. What Mike told the last person that asked the question is that if you do not pay the $997, you will no longer be a founder.
Yeah, that's correct, Jewel. Being a founder is not a prerequisite of participating with ONPASSIVE. You don't have to be a founder. But at the end of that year, if you see what's involved with being a founder and you like what's there, you can continue to be a founder. But you don't have to be a founder to participate with ONPASSIVE and to earn an income from ONPASSIVE. What you're doing now, becoming a founder, is you're locking your position into ONPASSIVE and the pay structure. And as ONPASSIVE moves forward right now as a founding member, they're going to start building your team as we get into the soft launch. It's a really, really big deal. But as we go into the hard launch, at the end of that year, you can determine if you want to pay the $997 or not. It's up to you. It's not mandatory. If you don't pay it, you still get paid from ONPASSIVE. Your team is still there. Your residual income is still there. You just won't be called a founder anymore. I hope that made sense.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Joel. We have Tina Johnson. Tina Johnson, unmute yourself. Tina Johnson. Okay. Go ahead. Tina Johnson, unmute yourself. Tina Johnson. I'm giving it, okay, while we're waiting for Tina Johnson, Winnie, unmute yourself. Winnie? You have the approval to unmute yourself, Tina and Winnie.
All right, well.
Sophie Becky has also got her hand up. She's waving.
Oh, okay. Let me look for that. Oh, okay. Sophie Becky, unmute yourself, Sophie. Good.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'll just listen to the explanation about if you stop paying the $997.
Sorry, Sophie, do you have two devices there on?
No. No.
It was Winnie that started talking. I just muted Winnie again. We'll have to unmute Winnie once Sophie's finished.
All right, thanks. Go ahead, Sophie.
Okay, so my question is, once you stop becoming a founder from stopping paying the $997, would you have to pay like the monthly fee after that? Even with your team, do you have to pay still have to pay any sort of monthly fee after that?
There will always be a monthly fee to be a member of ONPASSIVE, Sophie. So okay. You really don't have to worry about the founder position in a year's time. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
We will have a monthly fee we'll have to pay, but that monthly fee will be paid through the profits of ONPASSIVE. Okay, so you pay once, you'll never have to go out of pocket again. Don't worry about the founder in a year's time. That's going to take care of itself. Becoming a founder today locks you into ONPASSIVE, locks you into the pay structure. That's really, really important to get that timestamp, because in the course of the next 3 months, we're going to have another 300,000 or 400,000 people coming into ONPASSIVE. Many of these individuals will land underneath you. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a really good thing because you'll get paid for that, right? That's what we're all here for. We want to get paid.
Right.
So don't worry about the founder position in a year's time. That's going to take care of itself. You're going to learn that as we go. It's not a big deal today.
Okay.
Becoming a founder today and locking your position in, that is a big deal. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you okay, Sophie? Any other question?
Yes. No, I don't have any other question, but the answer is very clear. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, so we go to Winnie. Winnie, unmute yourself now. Hello, Winnie.
Hello. Hello.
Go ahead. Yeah, we can hear you very well.
First of all, I'm greeting you, everyone. I am Winnie from London. My question is about one of our presenters told about how my account should be paused because maybe I'm not able to pay my first month. Yes, I'm a founder, but I have to pay some money for the first month. Then I'm not available. I'm not here. Yeah, I don't have money to pay the month.
Any of the
So I'm
leadership
asking
council
them.
member, I can't hear her very well. Can you hear her? Mike, can you hear her?
It's about pausing account when
Your audio quality is poor. Please, okay, go ahead.
Maybe I can write down, maybe.
Okay, please go ahead. Hello. Okay, please go ahead.
Do you hear me now?
Hello. Go ahead, Winnie. Go ahead.
Do you hear me?
Hello, Winnie. Go ahead. Hello, go ahead.
Do you hear me?
Yes,
Hello.
we hear you. Yes, we hear you. Carry on with your question. Yes,
I was wondering if I'm not able to pay my first account now is as a founder, is accumulating some income. Why don't you deduct my first pay to my accumulation from my account? If I don't have my pocket, the money in my pocket, then my account can pay instead.
Okay, Winnie. Thank you, Winnie. Let me just try and rephrase your question to the members of the Leadership Council. She says at lunch, when she's meant to pay the around 250, if she doesn't have the money, while she's accumulating profit, why is the profit not used to pay for a subscription? I think that's what she said.
And I'll take that one quickly. Everybody has to pay that one-time subscription because the company also needs to generate the income. So it's also just showing loyalty from your side to show that I am committed. So your total, the total payment with ONPASSIVE is about $350. You're $97 now, and then about $250 in about 3-4 months time when we launch. So, you know, whoever invited you can also pay that subscription for you to activate your account. Everybody, as our CEO said, nobody will get left behind, like Red mentioned. Everybody who is a founder will get activated one way or another. They can either gift it to you, pay it forward so that you pay them back, or you find the money and you make that payment. But don't worry about it. Everyone will get in and find that money to pay, because you will be generating profits. And just to activate that account to withdraw the commissions, you have to pay that one time. It's already like, it's, you know, even if that was the founding member position, for what we are getting, it's the most affordable business to get in to earn residual income. So just understand that as well.
Thank you.
Is that okay, Winnie?
Yes, thank you.
All right, you're
I
welcome.
will not be.
You can unmute yourself, Winnie. If you still have any other question, you can, okay? You can unmute yourself, Winnie. Okay, what do you say?
It's okay.
All right.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. So let's go to Tina Johnson. Tina, unmute yourself, please. Tina. Okay, I can't see any other hand physically. Belong, are you raising your hand? Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Marina, Mr. Charles, I think there is no hand. Tina can't unmute herself.
Yeah, I think we can call it a night. We've been going for 2.5 hours now.
I know, right? So thanks to you, all the founders, thanks to the guests, thanks to the leadership council members, everybody that came. We appreciate you being here. We're going to continue this every Saturday as we are heading into safe launch. We expect the momentum to rise, so that's why we're doing this. Okay, so I will see you again next week, so I can.
Mr. Charles?
Yes.
Please, I would like to drop this for all the founders in the house. It's important that they should be part of our Telegram and chat group so that they can get regular updates about all our webinars and the founders only meeting. More so, that's the only place they can get the link for the founders only meeting. Thank you.
All right, thanks. And see you guys, some of you tomorrow, I guess, and some of you today, those who speak French. Just take care, have a great Easter weekend.
Thank you, Charles. And I have just for 1 minute or 30 seconds, I've dropped the chat group for upcoming guest webinars. So please, if you're on Telegram, join that group and you will see all the upcoming webinars in all different languages as well for guests. Thank you very much and have a great weekend.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Red.
Bye, Red. Bye, Marty. Bye, everyone.